We were here in support of the Marines to move cargo from Kodiak, Alaska up to Mertarvik so they can help relocate a village that was on the bank of an eroding river, so they had to be relocated to the other side. And then we also helped bring cargo to Old Harbor, where they had to expand an airstrip out there. Oh, I've always wanted to sail to Alaska. The waters up here are very different from anywhere else. There are so many hazards that you have to avoid while sailing through these waters. What enables us to do this mission is we have such a shallow draft on our vessel that we can come into almost any beach and land, and we can drop our bow ramp and take all the cargo on and off.
They're setting up all the infrastructure for a new town, for the town of Newtok, so they can move across the river to Mertarvik. Area they live on, the tundra, is thawing out. The buildings are sinking, they're getting methane coming up into the buildings, and the river is wiping out what's left, so they have to move. So the Marines found them a place across the river that's elevated and is solid rock, so they don't have to worry about any of that. Getting up the river to Mertarvik that by itself was quite a challenge because the mud banks just keep changing.
I was excited when I got the orders to come up here, and I always wanted to, and it was a very excited adventure. My responsibility is pretty much making sure our charts are on track, and as well as the radars. Also directing the lower enlisted, make sure the cargo operation gets done properly, nobody gets hurt. I think they learn a lot, especially when these people, hopefully they get deployed, they will understand how important it is to making sure the cargo doesn't fall overboard. So they were able and capable to do attach different ropes or wire ropes, and always used safeties and all this stuff. So they learn a lot. I think they have a tremendous impact on this kind of mission. Definitely excited. Yeah, being away from the family as well for my parents is very excited.
We've sailed to this state over 8,500 miles and carried over about 210 pieces of equipment. By the end, we'll have sailed about 12, almost 13,000 miles. Can't beat the crew. They're enjoying the work and actually enjoying the op tempo and enjoying Kodiak. This is the best train environment possible. We're carrying cargo, we're going to unimproved beaches, we're going to unimproved ports, we're going to improved ports. The town of Kodiak is ecstatic that we're helping Old Harbor build that runway. So the community support plus the train environment, the navigation alone has been a challenge and a growing experience from the nav team. The engine department doesn't have done things that most reserve units don't do. So it's been good overall. This is LCU 2000 class. It's capable of carrying 350 tons worth of cargo. Right now we have about 300 tons on board. She carries enough fuel to go basically halfway around the world. We make our own water. The only limiting factor we have right now is food. We have to resupply food every 2 or so weeks. She's able to go into very shallow areas and deliver cargo ashore. Marine Corps, great people, knew what they wanted, willing to help. I thought we had a great rapport, but this is the first time we've done anything like this for the U.S. And again, the people in Alaska seem to love it. Most LCU crews, they seem to mesh real well. It's a small environment, and if you've been on board very long, you sort of have the mentality that you can work together with everybody. But this crew in particular just bonded very well, extremely quickly. I think it's phenomenal. It's like I said, they've done everything these boats could do, including challenging tie downs, challenging beaching conditions, challenging navigation. The engineers had to do a couple of main engine tune-ups, which we never do unless we're deployed. Training's been fantastic.
Load the vessels to the gills, bring it up to Alaska, reconfigure the load in Alaska, and run it out to the various places that we had to go. Big problem usually is that where we're going, it's unimproved ports, our primary mission, real world mission, but there's no crane support. So you couldn't do a double stack, multiple layers of equipment. So everything had to be at ground level to be picked up with forklifts. Marines were fantastic. Working with them were great. Always motivated, never a problem, never a hassle. Days were never too long for them. Really enjoyed working with Marines. This crew that I worked with came together right from the get-go. We had incredibly long days right in the beginning, and that adversity built such a strong team. We're a very strong team. For reservists, this was a golden opportunity just to get out there, real world mission, real cargo, real underway time, seas that very few of us have been in. So yeah, it was worth its weight in gold from a training perspective, yeah.